great news, Tom. Did you know the average number of calls it takes to close a client is 7? Tom was just saying this was his fourth call, and on a client, and the client signed up, got an app, and got in his directory, so he's rolling right along. Okay, guys, we've got the recording started. I tell you, I've been excited about this training all week long. I've been working night and day. We're going to go into some things over the next few weeks. It's things I'm going to teach you to build your own business, things that you can use to build your client's business, so it's kind of dual purpose. But one of the biggest things I want to teach you to do is build your business. And I think it's very important. I've been talking for 1.5 years how to have you go out and teach your clients how to build their business. And now I want to teach you how to build your business. We've been talking about the coupon directory and the other mobile directories for the last several weeks and going through that. And I've had, gosh, hundreds of phone calls, more than I can count, more than I really want to count, on the directories themselves. And what I have found is that happens to be a very popular item, is the directories. So what I'm going to start teaching you over the next few weeks, and I had several people email me and comment when I put the old Pinterest word in the post the other day, because I've said many times I don't know anything about it and probably don't want to know anything about it. But I've been learning about it, and actually that's going to be a great way for you to use your directories with and your coupons with. And so I'm actually going to go in and teach you how to use Pinterest and to use it for marketing and to have your clients use it for marketing. I actually realized how big Pinterest was from the grocery store in my little hometown. They've got Pinterest stuck up everywhere, and you go to Pinterest and you get their weekly, daily deals. And it's for those who go to Pinterest only. So we're going to learn a lot of new techniques that are happening right now out in the world. You know, usually when I bring you something, it isn't something that I just thought up. It's something that I've looked at, I've studied, I've figured out if it's something we can do. And trust me, if these large Fortune 500 companies are doing it, and I can learn how to teach you how to do it, obviously it's something you probably need to be doing, because they spend millions of dollars figuring it out, and then all I got to do is break it down and bring it to you on Wednesday night training. So, and we don't have to spend millions of dollars to figure it out. So, but we're going to get rolling here. I want to welcome everybody. My name is Kerry Miller. We've got a ton of new people in again tonight, and we're still got people rolling in. We usually do till about 8:15, but it's great to have you here, and it's great to be with you on Wednesday nights. If you have not joined our YouTube channel, and I have 20 people a week email me and say, Kerry, how can I find the video? If you will join our YouTube channel, as soon as the videos go up, you will have them in your email box. So join our YouTube channel at youtube.com/InstantAppWizard. And also, if you would like our Facebook page at facebook.com/InstantAppWizard. Now, that's not our group. That's our Facebook page. And also, if you would text AppCall, APPCALL, to 904-548-3411, you will get a text message and remind you about training. If you ever are worried if you have not signed up or not, go to InstantAppWizard.com/training. If you've not become a member of our Facebook group, and I know several hundred of you have not become a member of our Facebook group, join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/InstantAppWizard. It's a great place. It's not for support, okay? I put that out, reminded everybody this week. It's for suggestions and ideas, and so that we can banter back and forth and share information, share great ideas. And let me tell you, there's been some great ideas come through this week. Jan, who just joined us maybe a week ago, taught me some things that I tell you, I've been using this program for over a year. There's a million different ways to use this program. And she showed a way to use the program for these directories. And I can tell you, Jan, and I think I saw her on tonight, it really works great for the coupon directory. What a time-saving effort that was, and I want to thank Jan for doing that. I just want to share this. This is a quote that Steve Osborne had put on right before we came on to training, right from the Facebook group. He got this quote from Manta, and this is probably a quote we've been preaching for 2 years now. Mobile ready or not, check out your company website on a smartphone. It could mean the difference between getting a client and losing one. Over 95% of smartphone users search for local information on their phones. So if your website is difficult to view on a mobile device, you should remedy it immediately. If customers can't easily view your information, they will head to a mobile site that can serve up the goods. And Steve, I appreciate you posting that in the group. That's very, very important. And guys, this is what you need to be letting your clients know. You know, I get a ton of calls and people say, well, people don't want to be mobile. Well, if they don't want to be mobile, then go find somebody else and work with somebody else, because eventually they will become mobile. Tom Miles just posted he just made his 4th visit to a customer who absolutely didn't want to be mobile, didn't want anything to do with it. He signed him up today as a client on a mobile app, and also sold him a spot in his directory. So people began to get it, okay? They began to understand. And the more mobile devices they see, once you plant that seed in their mind, it's eventually going to go off and say, wow, this guy's actually right, man. Everybody out here is mobile. You know, it's funny. You don't ever see a certain kind of car until you buy that car. Bought my wife a little sports car type car not too long ago. And I never saw one on the road. And you know what? Now I see them all over the place. And trust me, they didn't just go buy one because I bought one. It's because it was brought to my attention that that car was out there. And so now I see that car everywhere. And so it's the same way with the mobile app. When you go out and let everybody know that, hey, everybody's got a mobile device, everybody's got a smartphone, they're going to realize that they've got a smartphone. And they're going to start looking at that. And then that's what they're going to do. They're going to see that everybody at the tables are sitting there playing with their smartphones even while they're eating. It's absolutely mind-boggling. And I sit in my couch when I'm here at the house and watching television, and I get on Twitter and I watch what's trending on Twitter during the shows I'm watching, and football on Friday night or Saturday nights and Sundays. I'm sitting there watching the trends, and I'm watching the games on Twitter and the television. So it's huge. I mean, the smartphones are huge. So Steve Osborne, I want to thank you for your post, and I'm going to start bringing up a couple posts every week that you put up, that folks put up there, because there's really a lot of great stuff that comes across that group. I am going to bring Robert Schoolcraft on. Everybody knows Robert because everybody's talked to Robert at one time or another. And we were talking the other day, and I know a few of our resellers said to heck with monthly payments. And they started going out and getting the big checks. And Robert and I was talking about that, so I'm going to bring Robert on. Let me find the click button here. Hey, Robert, can you hear me, my friend?
Yes, I can.
All right, buddy. Man, it's great.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you, buddy. Can everybody hear Robert okay? I don't see anybody answering. Can everybody hear? Okay, there we go. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you. Robert, we were talking the other day, and I'm really going to just give you the floor and kind of share with me what we shared about monthly payment versus annual payment, why you started asking for the big payment up front, and just kind of your take on the whole process. I know we've had others come on talk about how they went to that way of payment and why you decided to do that, and the difference you feel it's going to make in your business. So if you would, I give you the floor, my friend. Take 10, 15 minutes, whatever you want to take. We can do whatever we want to do.
Unfortunately, I'm not like you. I don't think I can talk that long. Well, first of all, I want to say hi to everybody out there. We've got a super group tonight, and I want to again do what Carrie just said and have everybody come to the Facebook groups. We have such a great gathering of people, and they all have such great input. It's the best place to learn new things.
That's right.
Going back to this, I found that it's so much easier to ask people for the amount up front than going monthly. And the reason is they have so many other bills on their mind, they don't want to pay monthly. And I found where before I was having problems with sales, now that I ask for the money up front, I'm just not having any problems at all. I say, this is the amount. I've even gotten people to pay for a year in advance for all their text messaging. And it's fantastic. And they do it because they don't want to be bothered with monthly payments. And like Carrie always says, the thing that you have to do is ask for the money. And I found I've had no problems asking whatsoever, and they haven't had any problems giving me the money. In fact, the most recent one is an auto dealership, and I just asked for the money, and they're going to pay me $17.50 just to let you know how much you can get, and that's for the year. And that one does not include having the text messaging. So if they decide that they want to go for that, I'm going to add that on to that. So it's one of the best ways and the easiest ways that I can think of to make money. And then next year, as long as I take care of them, that's something that I don't have to spend an hour with them at. I don't have to go back and forth. Next year, I'll just have to go, spend 10 minutes with them while they write me out a new check. It's incredible. Carrie?
Let me ask you this. Do you think it's because that they understand that marketing does cost money? They're probably used to writing those big marketing checks anyway, and it doesn't surprise them for you to ask for $2,000 or $3,000 up front. And a bill is just another bill, and they already expect it to be, a pretty large amount anyway. Do you think that they're just used to that, and it's probably not as overwhelming to them as you just coming out and say, hey, you owe me $2,000? They write you a company check and move on, and they don't have to worry about it anymore?
I think that's the big thing. I think they're used to writing these checks. It's like this restaurant that I'm working with. They spend $50,000 a week on meat. So to write out a simple little check to me for a year means nothing to them. I mean, I'm not even in the $10,000 range or the $5,000 range for that year. And they don't bat an eyelash when they make out a check for $50,000 just for meat. And so I think that, it's a headache to them to pay on a monthly basis. And if they can go ahead and get it all taken care of and out of their hair right away, I think that's what they want to do.
And that's an excellent point, and I believe that to be true. And I'm sure everybody here has gone to the businesses where they flinch at the $49, But trust me, when they write a check to the newspaper for a newspaper ad, they're writing a $400 or $500 check. Newspaper advertisement, even though it's not as big as it was, and it's going away, is still extremely expensive. So go ahead.
I think everybody has to look at it from a consumer's point of view too. Think of yourself. Do you like to pay something monthly, or would you rather just get it over and done with? I think most people, when they're able to, would like to get it over and done with. They just, there's too many other headaches going on in real life, and if you can pay for something and save a little bit of money and get it over and done with, I think that's what everybody does.
Steve's asking a question here, Robert. He says, did you offer a discount for the annual payment, or do you is your prices set?
My prices are set.
That's a good answer.
For the car dealership, that's what they pay. That's it. I did a festival. I did give a festival a discount, but the reason that I gave them a discount was because they put me in all their advertising, TV, radio, and print, and on their web. So was it worth it for me to give them a bit of a discount? Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm everywhere that I want to be.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I see Greg says that he gets all of his payments up front. And he's got a good point here. He said I'll read it verbatim here. He says, I explain it that they will have a better emotional attachment and desire to make it work. And I'm going to tell you, that's exactly the truth. You know, when you own something, let me use this analogy. I bought my oldest son his first 3 cars. Huge mistake, okay? The first one he totaled, the second one he totaled, the third one he totaled, okay? Why? Because he wasn't making the payments and he didn't buy it. But you know what's amazing to me? When he bought his first vehicle, he never puts a scratch on it because he's got an emotional attachment to it. And because he's got that emotional attachment to it, he takes very good care of it. And he's got a strong desire to make sure it works, okay? So, and let me also add this point real quick. And Robert, I turned you off for a moment while you were typing. Let me just add this real quick. Nobody knows what your price is until you tell them, oh, well, let me discount that 10%. Go in with it 10 or 20% higher, okay, and know what your price is going to be. And if they say, was that, yeah, we've discounted that from. I mean, nobody knows what your prices are, and nobody knows what you have until you show them. So when you go in there immediately, and this is the first thing that happens, everybody's going to try to get it cheaper. We live in a barter society. We live in a society where we know we're going to be able to walk in and get it cheaper. So what happens is because we know that the minute they blink, we immediately break down. And we immediately turn away and say, oh, if I don't get this deal, if I don't give them a deal, I'm not going to get it. And so we're the ones that give in. If you'll stand by what you do, then you'll probably close a whole lot more and never have to discount anything. Just out of curiosity, if they are paying for 6 months up front, do you require that they are locked in for at least before they can cancel? Can they cancel? If they cancel, do you just give them back the remaining 3 months? I'm going to tell you now, if somebody pays for 6 months up front, they're not going to cancel. They sign a contract for 6 months. Somebody's not going to hold
Everybody understands that they signed a contract. And I don't give out refunds, and I've never been asked for one.
Yeah.
And the reason is, now if I was going monthly, I probably would go the 30 days and then give them one. But when people go ahead and give you that much money up front, the reason they do it is because they care about their business, they're decisive about their business, and they get more involved with their business. When somebody's paying monthly, it becomes a headache to them. It becomes a, oh, geez, I got to do this or else, or I'm just going to cancel. When they can just go ahead and forget about it and then get involved with the business of being in business, I've never ever been asked for anybody or by anybody to go ahead and give them a refund. Not even close.
Duke Ritter just brought up a good point, and it was a point that I was fixing to make. Duke says for a 1-month insertion into a local ad book, the cost is $3.95 with an agreement for 3 months. Let me tell you something. When you go buy a 6-month ad in a newspaper and you cancel it, they're not giving you your money back. Trust me, I've been there and done that. When I needed the money because I didn't manage things just quite like they were supposed to be. So
I locked them in for 12 months. And one of the best things that you can do is I always take the business plan with me. And then I go over that, and then I add on this and that or subtract this and that. And then that's what they sign at the end. And I'll give them a receipt, that says, this is what it is for 12 months, and this is what you're getting, and that's it. And I've not had any kind of a problem whatsoever.
I believe, and I've always said this because I've had salesmen that I've had to sit down with and work through this with. Really, the only person that flinches at the desk when you're sitting there making a sale is usually the salesman.
Tangelia is on here now too, and she says she gets her payments up front, and she says it works wonderful for her too. I just think it's a wonderful way to go. People just, you know, business people want to conduct business. They don't want to conduct, you know, accounting.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding, absolutely. Anybody else have any questions for Robert real quick? And then we're going to bring Will on board. Robert, I definitely appreciate you sharing that with us. What kind of guarantee do your clients want for being locked onto a, what kind of guarantee are you giving them? You're telling them that you're going to help them increase their business. You know, this goes back to, you have to know what you are and who you are and what you're doing. You're a marketing company that's brought a marketing platform to them to market their products. And that's some of the things we're going to be talking about over this next 3 weeks. I mean, your job is to take that app and teach them how to make money with it. And if that's not happening, it's not the app's fault. It's your fault that somebody cancels. Somebody told me the other day, said, well, I've had 3 people cancel. I don't understand it. And I said, it's because you didn't do your job. Did they have QR codes up? Well, no. Did they have any window clings up? Well, I never got them to them. Well, I would have canceled too, because guess what? You didn't do what you were supposed to do. So let's see. I find giving them the QR code locks them in, because once they start to use the QR code in their advertising, they never leave. Absolutely, Chris Morris. What a point. Guys, when you give them that QR code and they start putting it in their advertisement that they're spending 6 months on and 12 months on, they're not going to leave you because they've already advertised that product.
Exactly.
That's an excellent point, Chris. Excellent point. Even if you are from the UK. Just kidding.
And one of the things that I do also is I call them every week, ask them what they need, what I can help them with, what they're having problems with, you know, what they want more of. And I intend to deliver anything that I can to help them out, because when I do, they talk good about me and they help me make more sales. In fact, I got a marketing company from one of them.
There you go. Hey, and for everybody that heard me say that about Chris, I love you, man. Me and him banter back and forth about the pond all the time. So let's see here. Do you make your own invoices or use our system invoices?
I do both. And there's also a really inexpensive software that I use. It just makes everything easier. I'm not an accountant. I don't want to be an accountant, and so I just use it and do everything the simplest way that I can. You can even go out into a place like, I don't know, one of those office warehouse stores and get a book of invoices there and just copy that and put it on the computer. Anything that's inexpensive.
Yeah, QuickBooks for a small business is inexpensive. You can download them online all day long for about $10. That does everything. And believe it or not, I don't know if you know this, if you have Excel on your computer, you can download all the invoices for free you want. So
you can even turn Excel into an invoice, you know, where it can make invoices for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I use QuickBooks. What do you use, Robert?
I don't go that high. I use Excel.
Robert uses Excel, so.
And there's another program. I can't think of the name of it offhand, but I use another program too.
Anybody else real quick for Robert? And then we're going to roll on here. I don't want to get too late. I definitely want to get through Google Analytics tonight. Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? All right, buddy, man, I appreciate you much, Robert. And Robert's going to be around. If you've got questions to type into the old box there, he'll be more than happy to answer them for him. But I tell you, we've got several people that's doing the old annuals, and it's working very well for them. You know, sometimes it's easier to ask for $10,000 than it is for $39.99. So.
Thank you very much, sir. I greatly appreciate it, and everybody out there. It's great group.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Okay, next I am going to bring Will Sims on. Let me find him here deep in the heart of Texas. They ask how your dad's doing, Robert. Give me a minute here. Okay, next I'm going to bring Will Sims on. Now let me tell you a little bit about Will. And Will's one of those kind of guys that he's like a sponge. He really absorbs everything and takes it on board, and then he puts his little plan together and he develops everything that's going to happen, and he goes out and he activates that plan. And after he activates that plan, things start to happen. I put a comment in the Facebook the other day, and I don't know exactly how I said it because I was kind of on a roll when I started typing. But Will believes in what he's doing, and he believes that what he's going to do is going to happen. And he believes that when he puts it in place, things are going to happen. So, yeah, I turned him off, and when he starts talking, I'm going to turn myself off here. But Will has really jumped on board on this coupon directory. He's doing some Facebook marketing. He's doing all kind of strategies. So I'm going to get him to come on, and give me 1 second here. I'm going to have to do this in order to do this. That way. Okay, Will, are you there, my friend?
Yes, sir. I'm right here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good. Will, what I'm going to pretty much do is I'm going to give you the floor, and that way I want you to start from the beginning. I mean, you started off, you took this concept of the coupon directory, and you've built that Facebook fan page, and we're going to learn how to do that next week. But kind of go through what you've done, how you've taken things and put everything together for yourself.
Okay, I appreciate you having me on. What I did was when I heard about the coupon directory, I just got really excited about it. And I kept thinking, $45 a month coupons, 100 coupons, that equals some pretty good money. So I live in a community that has 12,000 Facebook fans, and I set up a Facebook fan page, and I started advertising to those Facebook fans. I spend about 20 cents to get a like on that Facebook page, and then I use that Facebook page to convert them over to text messaging customers. And then I went out and I found 2 or 3 companies here in town that were willing to take a chance on me, and I put together a couple of coupons, and I've got a QR code coming for my truck on a magnetic sign. And then I heard somebody in the group say, well, you need to give something away. So I'm giving something away. My goal with this is to become the digital coupon king of New Mexico and teach everybody what coupons can do for them.
Did you find that when you started building this program, when you started looking at everything, I know, and I talk to a lot of people, sometimes we overthink things. We have I don't know what I'm trying to say here. We just really tend to get off course. We overthink things. We make it way too complicated. We try to do way too much. And then we realize that, man, if we would just step back for 2 seconds and slow down, everything would just kind of come to you. And I know that you did that with your Facebook campaign, and I saw you say a couple of things in the Facebook group there, which, guys, if you're not a part of the Facebook group, you're really missing out, where some people had said some things and you backed up and you took a look and you changed some things. And I know that you're just moving along kind of nice and slow pace. But what I see happening with you, Will, is you've taken control, you take it a step at a day at a time, and you also work full time. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, sir. During the summer months, I work about anywhere from 12 to 14 hours a day. I'm an HVAC tech, so when it's hot, I'm busy. When it's cold, I'm busy, but I still have time to do this. I make time to do this because I believe that this platform will take you anywhere you want to go. I spent 7 years chasing shiny objects in the internet marketing arena, and when I grabbed onto this, I probably haven't bought a WSO in 3 months.
Now, let me ask you this. On your Facebook fan page, and we're going to really get in depth in this, and I've had a lot of people asking me how to do that, and we're going to build some next week, and we're going to do some daily deal coupons on there and so forth. When you sit down and you started looking at your Facebook fan page, is that the #1 way right now you're driving traffic to the coupon directory?
Yeah, that is the #1 way right now. And I do it by posting in that fan page and trying to direct people to that directory. So I'm just trying to create I guess, community within there. And when I get a coupon, I mention it. Today I actually decided that if I hear of a nonprofit event, I'm going to post it up in that group. That way they have something to look at besides just coupons. You really need interaction with Facebook. The better your interaction, the more people that look at your post and like your post, the Facebook likes that, so they'll spread it out a little further.
Now let me ask you this. On your coupon directory itself, are you pretty much following the plan and outline that we put out in training, or was there some modifications that you made to that and changed, or how did you set that up?
Yeah, I actually set it up pretty much like you said. After you did the webinar, I sat down that night and I mapped it out on a piece of paper. And first I thought New Mexico, and then I thought, well, maybe county, and then I narrowed it down to a city. And I decided that I have a New Mexico coupon app, and I have City of New Mexico coupon apps. So all those are going to link together. And of course, I'm only doing one city at a time. So as I build that city and it becomes a profitable center, I could go talk about that and get referrals from the people I'm using in close.
Now, I also saw that you put together a tablet giveaway, which is a great way to build your list. And it's kind of like I was saying either last week or the week before. When you go out and build these coupon directories, it's very important that you have a marketing list, because when you walk in to talk to these folks, the first thing they're going to want to know is, who are you marketing the coupon directory to? Because if you go in and you don't have anybody to market it to, then they're probably pretty much going to waste their money. But I know that you're building a list pretty quick, both in text and on your Facebook page. Do you find it easier when you're talking to people saying, hey, this is the list we're building, this is exactly what we're doing, and they're a lot more receptive to the fact that, hey, you've got a market that you're marketing to?
Definitely. And where I'm at, they're kind of behind the times when it comes to marketing and mobile and internet. So I really have to give them a reason to listen to me. And if I can walk up to them, tell them, I've got 200 people that are interested in coupons in the local area, and I can send those out. I can send your coupon out today, and it reaches those 200 people in 90 seconds. They kind of stop and listen.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Let me mute you here real quick. Now, how long did it take you, and I watched your fan page grow, and it's one thing for me to say it, but I know your fan page has only been up, what, about 10 days or so. So I guess in about 10 days, you've grown at about 20 to 25 a day. Is that correct?
Actually, it's only been up since last Thursday, so this is the 6th day, and today is 131 fans last time I looked.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And let me just say something about Will. And I understand HVAC. I've got a son that does that. That's a good 80-hour-a-week job in the middle of the summertime. And here's a guy who is working 60 to 80 hours a week, and he will probably attest to that when I turn the microphone back on. But he's still able to build the business. So with that said, I can't see anyone has an excuse, and I'm sure he's getting out on the weekends and talking to people when he can, but really where anyone has an excuse that they cannot build this business because of time, a time factor. Would you say that's correct, Will?
Well, definitely. I'm the perfect example. I'm too busy to build a business, but look at me go.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Will, I appreciate you coming on, buddy. And if does anybody have any? Let me mute him real quick here. Does anybody have any questions for Will that you would like to ask? I'm going to have to pass them on to him. Can you tell us the name of your app, Will? Could you give that to us real quick, Will?
What was that? I'm sorry.
The name of the app.
Clovis, New Mexico coupons. Actually, it's New Mexico Digital Coupons is my main app, and then New Mexico Digital Coupons Clovis is my secondary.
So it's onetap.mobi.
Yeah, .mobi, .clovis.
And let's see here. Lewis said Will is awesome. I hope you can see me turning your mic on and off there. Art wants to know what your pricing is.
I'm charging $45 a coupon.
And that's per month? Okay, very good.
Yes, that's per month.
And Will said something about spending 20 cents for Facebook. Yeah, he's talking about Facebook ads, and we're actually going to go into, I'm going to teach you guys how to drill down and target Facebook and do some advertising, do some sponsored advertising and stuff next week. But what it's coming out to him is about 20 cents per client. Did I say that correctly, Will?
Yeah, that's right. I'm averaging about 20 cents per client over a week right now. And then yesterday I just extended my reach to some local area, like 30, 40 miles away because they shop in Clovis. So we'll see how that comes out. It may come out a little cheaper.
And Tangelia asked, can you put, they want to know if you can post your app on Facebook. So that's, I'm sure he can do that. And absolutely, let me tell you something, 20 cents per client to go in that app that he's going to market to, that's amazing because he's going to make a whole lot more than 20 cents per client off of those off of that Facebook advertising. Anyone else have any questions here real quick? Okay, Will, my friend, I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule tonight, man. I tell you what, I've been watching you from the get-go, and I love watching somebody put a plan together, and I love watching the plan come into place. And you remind me of my good friend and buddy and one of our first resellers, Roger Pineda. We spent time together, we shared words together, and he absorbed everything like a sponge. And he took all that on board, and right today, he's probably our most successful reseller out there. And what he does is just absolutely amazing. He's going to post that in the group. I tell you what, Will, do me a favor, type that in the question box, and I'll get Robert to copy and paste that too in there if you would. But I want to thank you, buddy. I thank you for everything you do. I thank you for your hard work, and God bless you, man.
Well, I appreciate you, and I really want to thank the whole Facebook group because they're all an inspiration, and I learned so much from everybody. So I really appreciate it and hope I can give back, Well,
I appreciate you, man, and keep working hard. Whatever we can do for you, we're here, and that goes for everybody on this call, and that goes for everybody that's in this organization. I appreciate you, buddy, and God bless, and we're going to just roll right along. So we've had already, man, 45 minutes of great information that we've been able to share with you tonight. And sometimes me talking is one thing, but when you hear what happens here on Wednesday nights and people start taking the bits and pieces and putting it together, and you see that it's really working, and everybody is just working together. The Facebook group is absolutely awesome. I just have to agree with that, Will. but we're gonna roll on here. I want you to notice something real quick. I did something different tonight. Each segment's going to have a slide. And when you go into YouTube, if you will put your little cursor on that red bar that goes across there, you will be able to find the segments of the training. Maybe you didn't want to listen to me for the first 15 minutes, but you wanted to listen to Robert. You can go by all the front stuff, and when you see Robert's slide come up, you know that Robert's talking. So it's onetap.mobi/Clovis, Clovis, which stands for Clovis, New Mexico. So anyway, I'm going to start doing that so you can find what you're looking for inside the videos. Let's talk about Google Analytics for a moment. And if you don't mind, we'll probably go for another 30 minutes here. I'm not going to get into the Facebook and Pinterest and some of the other stuff tonight. We're gonna get the Google Analytics out of the way. I've been asked and asked and asked ever since we started talking any type of coupon, how can we track that? Well, everyone knows that we have Google Analytics inside of our control panel, and all you have to do is take the code from Google Analytics, and there's a lengthy video in there that shows you how to do that. This is going to be kind of an update. There's not really much that changed, but there was a couple of things that changed inside of Analytics. So I'm going to actually show you how to set up I'm sorry, I know you was eager for the Facebook, but we're just not going to have time tonight. But I promise we're going to spend a whole bunch of time on it next week. I'm going to show you things in Facebook I study Facebook a lot. That's one of the things I study a lot. But Google Analytics is a great tool, and this is a tool that you can use to collect the data. You can actually download stuff into spreadsheets off here. You can do all kinds of things, but you can collect the data, and you can show your clients what type of return on investment they're receiving from coupons. Now, let me say this about coupons. I was talking to someone, today's Wednesday, this was probably Saturday, and they said that their client's biggest concern, and I really believe in my mind of minds, in my heart of hearts, it's not really the client's biggest concerns. It's kind of like the money thing. I really believe it's our biggest concern of what if somebody comes in and uses that coupon 10 times. Let me tell you, if your client is concerned about someone walking in with a 10% off coupon every day into his store, and that the same person is going to get 10% off every single day, he's never used a coupon for marketing. He's never used any type of loyalty rewards for marketing. And if he tells you he has, he's not telling you the truth. Why would you think that Walmart, the largest store out there, okay, would take other people's coupons to bring you into their store if they were concerned about the 2 cents they're going to lose on a can of green beans? They're not. What they want to do is they want to bring in more and more people, because the more and more people they bring in, the more stuff you're going to buy. Think about this for a moment. You give someone 10% off, an average meal is $8. So we were talking about that customer costing him 20 cents a while ago. But because that person saved that 80 cents, he's probably going to buy a piece of pie, or probably going to upgrade his drink from a medium to a large. And we all know that drinks in a restaurant is the largest profit center in the country, because they charge you $3 for a glass of tea that costs them 2 cents. So if they're concerned about that, then you're probably not going to get them in a coupon program anyway, because they don't understand what coupons are about. And with these analytics, you're going to be able to take that, and a piece of crumbled apple pie, don't go there, you're making me hungry. You're going to be able to take those numbers, and you're going to be able to show them how to do this. So let me go over here real quick. I've got to escape out of this. I've got to bring this up. The first thing you've got to do is you've got to set up an analytics account. In order to have an analytics account, okay, you've got to have a Gmail account. Now, you can set up one Gmail account and put all of your analytics into one too. You don't have to set up an email account for every single app, for every single string of code. You just need to set it up for that specific item. But you can go in and you can add as many as you want. So let's go in here and I'm going to create a new account. Okay, and it's going to be website. Now they've got two different things here. They've got a beta version that they're doing, all right, that's got a whole bunch of stuff in it. And I'm going to use Classic because that's what I'm used to. My new website name is, I'm going to call this Mobile Coupon Training. See, I can put anything in here I want. This is my, it's my site. It's my analytics. It's not like anybody else is going to come in here and look at it. Now, what is the site URL I'm going to do? I'm going to do, let me go in here real quick. Let me pull up, probably going to have to do this. Hang on just one second. Do something, man. This GoDaddy thing just really slows my computer down. I'm going to do getmobi.com because I'm going to go in and pull this directory up that I'm using already. Let me log in. Hey, this is a good thing to know. Once you've been logged out for a while, it's going to block you out. And we have a lot of people say, I saved this 5,000 times and it's not working. It's probably because you walked away from your computer. Like this has been on since like 7 o'clock. So it's locked me out, so I've got to go back and log back in order for it to work. So I'm going to come in here, and this is my original app right here, okay? And then it kind of strings down to here. But I want to come down and I want to know exactly, give me 1 second here. I want to track one page and one page only. I want to track this join our list, okay? That's the only thing I want to track. So I'm going to pull this off of here. It's Hunt County /subscribe. Copy link location. Now let me come back over here. Now this is the link I'm going to track. Let me take this part out. All right, I'm going to track that right there. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say this is mobile or something. Let me find something to put this under. You don't have to. You can if you want. I'll put it under computer and electronics. I'm going to set my time. Now this is kind of important right here if you want to see everything happening in your time zone. I'm -6 Central Time. Okay, my new account name is, what am I tracking here? Subscribe. And I'm going to say get tracking ID. I'm going to accept. And here's your tracking data right here, okay? Now, you have to copy and paste this code into your mobile app. Does everybody follow me so far? I want to make sure I don't lose anybody. Okay, I'm going to come in here in this and I'm going to put this analytic code. Does everybody see where that goes there right here under Google Analytics? I just paste the code in there. I'm going to click Save. And that code is saved. I'm going to come back over here. Let me shut some of this stuff off. I'm going to close that, okay? So there I'm set up. I've got everything set up. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, my analytics. Now let me come over here. And I'm going to come over to right here. Now this is where I was tracking data. Okay, let me go over here to the reporting section. Now this data right here is what's important to you. Every page in the app has a specific URL. Okay, 120 is the actual coupon. See this right here? This is how many times that the coupon was viewed. Does everybody get that? I want to make sure everybody follows right along with this because this is very important. For coupon tracking, this is the two things you need to know. And I'm going to show you what I did in a minute, but I want to show you these two codes real quick. So you can see that that page was viewed 18 times where the actual coupon was. Right here, this 2277, that is actually how many times the coupon was redeemed. And I'm going to show you how I did that in just a moment. Let me blank this. Everybody see the screen? GoToMeeting decided to adjust my screen in the middle of the thing here. Okay, so you have to know what your page is. The 120 is the actual coupon. This is the coupon that I created. The 2277 is a click-through that I put on the coupon to show a redemption. And so you can see here that I had 18 page views on the coupon, 10 click-throughs on the redemption. So I had a 55% return. I had a 55% usage rate of that coupon. Now, that can be skewed a little bit. If people just go in there and click on it and they don't actually redeem it. So there is, and that can be done in any way. People can always go in there and click on things and it not be a redemption. The only way you're going to be able to track that is if you put some type of code on there that they actually put into their point of sale system. Does everybody understand that point? The actual only true way is if you set up a code, and they can go in their point of sale systems. All point of sale systems are computers. All point of sale systems, or the majority of them, have a coupon tracking program in there where all they have to do is put a code in there, and you can actually put that code on the coupon itself, and they can put that data in. But this is a way for that business who doesn't have a lot of money, they want to use coupons, and they kind of want to know what their redemption rate is. Everybody got that so far? Okay, very good. So you can see here, we can go in and we can track the pages that we want to track. We can get the information. Now, there's been 30 page views. There's been 30 unique page views, so that means that I went in there 30 times and clicked it, okay? But I did it 20 different times on different devices. All right, so I'm able to get exactly where it's coming from. You can actually go in there and show them where the traffic comes from. What the sources are. Okay, these were all direct. Direct meaning that they went directly to the coupon. Now, you can actually put a tracker on a QR code, okay, that drives them to a certain page. And it will show them when they scan on that phone where that comes from. So you can tell them, okay, you've had 14 people go direct. So if they're using the QR codes in the business, if they're using Facebook, all that will show up in this data where they come from. You can show them if they're coming in on a mobile phone or not. Okay, I went in 8 times from a mobile phone, I went in 4 times from my desktop, and I went in 2 times from my iPad. So there you can see the breakdown. These breakdowns are very important to your customers once you get it going. Now, I said earlier, and I'm going to repeat what I said, if there's no data in your Google Analytics, the app didn't fail and your client didn't fail. You failed showing them how to get everything set up so that this data is there. So let me tell you, if you've got 0 data here, don't walk into your client and say, hey, guess what? This isn't working for you. Because they're gonna want to leave you immediately. But if you're doing your job correctly and you're actually showing them how to use the marketing plan, you're showing them how to set everything up, you're showing them how to drive traffic into that mobile app, into those coupons, or into a directory period, or into their individual app, you will be able to, you'll see this data grow every single day. So this Google Analytics is extremely important to set up. Very, very, very important to set up. If you don't have Google Analytics set up on your apps, then you're never going to know what those apps are doing. Now, I recommend this. Now, if you've got some really fantastic data immediately coming in, share it. But if you see the data dribbling in, now if I was a business, and let's say I owned a jean shop, okay, or a jean store, blue jeans, or whatever it is, and I had 14 visits over the last 3 or 4 days to my app, and I was just a small business, that would excite me. But it's probably not going to excite your customer. It should excite you because you're seeing activity, but it's probably not going to excite your customer. So let this data build, let it get going, let it start working. As long as you know, this is a great way for you to police yourself. This is a great way for you to be able to see exactly what's going on and what you need to do to make some adjustments. If you don't see anybody coming in through QR codes, and Jason Laporte says that he uses a GOO.GL to track his QR codes, and that's just another tracking system. There's Bitly, there's a bunch of things that you can use, but he uses Google tracking, okay, for his QR codes, which is a great, great, great system. So you can see here that there is a complete breakdown. They can literally, let me see if I can get this thing to scroll up. You can actually watch this in live, real time. And when I'm doing a campaign, I've got Google Analytics on my phone. You can see that I'm in there right now. I'm in there on my phone right now. Okay? So, no, actually I'm in there on my on the computer. So you can see right here that it's telling me that somebody's in there right now. Okay, and I'm on my desktop and I'm looking at that page. And it tells you how long they've been in the whole 9 yards. Actually, look here. No, that's not even me. That is somebody in Lexington, Kentucky. Who's in here in Lexington, Kentucky? Right now. You just got caught. Anybody? Look at there. Philadelphia just popped up. Go ahead, everybody jump on there real quick. And this is on a mobile device. Thank y'all for doing that, man. This is great. We've got one on mobile and one on desktop. Ken's from Philly. Thank you, Ken. So this now we're really getting to see how this thing works. Let me tell you, when I run a campaign, I've got my stuff set up on Google. I've got several different accounts that I use. But when I'm running a campaign, I want to know how many people are going there so I can kind of get a sense of how much money I'm going to make today. And this is a great way to do it. So you can actually see people live in there right now. And when you start running your campaigns for your businesses, and you're sitting at home and you're sitting there with your laptop, or you're sitting on your phone, you can literally go in and watch this happen. So you know that what you're teaching them, what you're sharing with them works. Okay? Any questions at all setting up Google Analytics? Any questions at all of seeing how the click-throughs go? And I'm fixing to bring the site back up, running analytics and GoToMeeting, and the App Wizard package is too much for my computer, so for the computer that I use for this. Any questions? Ken, my best friend going up, his name was Ken Conrad, and he lived in Terrell, Texas, actually. You're the first Ken Conrad I've seen since him. Anybody else have any questions at all? Because when I go out, I won't be going back. I hadn't seen you come in yet, Ken. Carrie, how do you feel about using our products and service feature to build out the business coupon directory? Ken, let me tell you this, Ken. Jan put that in the group the other day. I don't know if Jan, if you saw Jan's post. I have never done that. I'm fixing to show you in this demo that I set up. I think that is an exceptional way to do that. It works very, very good, and it saves you a ton of apps. There you go, buddy. I just saw you pop in, Ken. It's a great way to do that. Okay, so and I'm going to show that here in just a moment. Any other questions? You just go into whatever that page was I put in there. I'll be honest with you, I forgot what the page was. It's we are in getmobi.com/Greenville. That's where all the data is coming in from. We got 5 people in right now. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen, man. Absolutely the coolest thing I've ever seen. Okay, let me go out of this. That's enough. That's enough of seeing all my friends around the country. Let me go back in here and pull my browser back up. Does everybody understand how to do the Google Analytics? I'm going to have this video up tomorrow so you can be able to go in there and go to Google Analytics and you'll be able to do it again. It's very easy to do. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't know all that fancy analytical stuff that's in there. And personally, I probably will know one day, but it's nothing that I'm jumping up and down about because all I want to know is what I know. I'm just that way. You know, you can do a million different things with that, and probably later on I'll be able to do that and use that. But I want to know what I want to know, and I don't want to know anything else. Because if I get it too complicated, man, it's way over my head. I can't do it. Let's see, I believe I put that in this app right here. I hope. Okay. This is Carrie's click-through. This is how I've got my click-through set up. This is Carrie's burger. This is the 2120. This is the actual coupon, okay? I showed you the coupon, and what I did was I put a thank you page on this, and I hot linked this to app 2277. So when you saw the 2277, that's when you knew that they had claimed their coupon. So this is the way to do this. You're going to have to teach your people, okay, teach your clients that when someone comes in and they say, hey, I've got this coupon, just tell them, hey, could you just click on that claim your coupon button? And they'll redeem it. And what that does is that just sends it over to a little thank you page. And no, I didn't change the color or the text or anything else. Okay? It says thank you right there. But that's how I was able to track the redemption rate. Was put that in there, and I put a hot link on there, and let me show you how to do that. This is the Carrie's Burger. Here's my coupon. And right here, here's the link, okay? Insert edit link. And all I did was put the thank you page on there, okay? The link URL itself. Updated it. And that attaches the page to that. So when they say redeem coupon, it goes to the thank you page, which does what? It registers in my Google Analytics so that I can see click-through rate for redemptions. Any questions on that at all? Okay, no questions. Let's go on over here to what he was just asking about. Let me find it here. Products and services. Once again, I don't know if Jan's still in here, but Jan posted this in the group, man, and I jumped all over it for this coupon directory. I know that Sherry Claiborne out in California, she does her directory is like got a lot of maps and a lot of other stuff that are attached to it. So this may not work in every instance, but I can tell you in this instance, it was the most beautiful thing I've seen. And if I would have been there, I would have gave Jan a hug, because this right here saves a ton of work. You see, I've got the exact same thing, products and services, but now I can break it down. I can break it down into restaurants. I can actually break my categories down. There's Carrie's Burger, and there's my coupon. Now, I don't have a tracker on this, okay? But there's my app. So I'm able to put all the categories and everything in this app. And I did that through products and services. I saw somebody ask in the group a while ago, how do you change the name on these tabs? So I put that back like it was, and I'm going to show you how to change that name in that tab. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go to Homepage Links. I'm going to come here to Products and Services. I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to put Restaurants there. I'm going to save that. That's going to reload. That's going to say Restaurants. And now that's my restaurants. That's my restaurants directory. And I could make that a whole town or something, and then I could go in there and put different. There's 100 different ways you can do that. 100 different ways you can do that. So, any questions? Let me go back over here to content real quick. Any questions on using, sorry, I'm in the wrong one, in using products and services at all? All you do is set up your category, then you just add a link and put it in your category to your restaurants, or you can go in and you can add products and services, okay? And that's what I did. And you can put it in restaurants. And you just build it out. Let's see, Carrie's Burgers 2. That's bad when you can't even spell your own name in it. And then I'm going to put my coupon in here. Let me browse and select my image. And this is the same coupons I built with that little coupon creator program that everybody was so excited about. That is a great program. I use it for everything. Put that in there. Now let me show you how to put that link on there. And I'm just going to do this. It's not going to really link to anything. Let me link it to that page right there. I'll link it to the same page. Insert. Now let me go down here and put this in restaurants. And it's just that simple. And let me tell you something. That is a time-saving little booger. And I mean very time-saving. Okay? And there's my Carrie's Burger 1 and Carrie's Burger 2. And you'll see here that Carrie's Burger 2 is linked to my thank you page. So guess what? Now I can watch the redemption rate, and you can use the same thank you page. You don't have to you build 5,000 different thank you pages for that hometown, because all you're wanting to see is the click-through rate. How do you delete a category from the home page? I think this is what you're asking me. Let me close this. Okay, let's say I want to take the thank you button because I really don't want that on there. Okay, I don't want that thank you button on there. I'm going to come down here and edit this. I'm going to go delete. I'm going to click save. And it's gone away. Someone may have already done this within the coupon directory. Can you include the Google map for directions to Carrie's Burger, for example? Yes, you can. You have to create a map page. Now, there's something that I'm kind of toying with, using the event calendar to where you can put a coupon and everything in there. I'm toying with it, kind of trying to figure out exactly how to use that. So let me just put that out there. All you great Facebook fan people that actually figure stuff out a whole lot faster than I do, put that in your mind tonight. Figure out how to use the, what did I just call it? That goes to show you how far I'm into it. The event calendar, how to use that for a coupon. And include the directions and everything to the store. Very powerful, Janine and Diego. And Valencia. Very, very smart, smart, smart. That's why I love all you people. Who else has a wonderful idea? Any questions on what I just did? It's starting to get a little bit late here. I don't want to try to go past 9:30 every week. Anybody at all? Everybody understand Google Analytics, how to track your coupons? Wait till we get into next week. Next week's going to, I'll tell you, this is my goal. I've taught how to sell customers for a year and a half, almost 2 years. Okay? I want to teach you how to take these tools and build your business to where people are writing you checks for $1,700 a month because you've changed their business forever. And believe it or not, it's all relative. And I'll close with this. Money is relative when it comes to marketing. If you've increased their revenues, they do not mind writing you a check. And if you will truly use, and I know not everybody does because I talk to a lot of people. And Tom Miles will be the first to tell you. If he was on right now, he'll be the first to tell you. The first thing I ask everybody that calls me is, what are you doing and what tools are you using? And the majority of time, they're not using anything. This is how I know when someone is truly gone into the platform and understands it and someone that doesn't. I had someone call me the other day that's been a part of this as a reseller for 9 months and did not know how to get into the marketing platform. You know, so you have to understand your product and your service. You have to know how to use it. You need to know it frontwards and backwards. And it's just not me on Wednesday nights. You need to be in there every single day. Okay? So understand it, use it, understand tracking, understand how to link, understand how to build. And trust me, I didn't just learn this overnight. Sherry and I worked on her directory when she first started, and we used to sit on the phone and try to figure stuff out. We worked back and forth, and she'd ask me a question. She taught me a lot. I was able to teach her some things. She actually taught me more than I taught her. But we were able to figure out how to start linking and building those directories. Same thing with Rex up in Nebraska. I mean, it was just, you know, we learned this thing together, especially when it came to building directories, and it's pretty clean. And now Jan came on board with the new idea. Ken's already been using it, so figure out some of the other ways that we can do. I want to show you a couple of things real quick. Got to remember what's that. If you want to SEO your app, the one thing that was missing in our app that allows you to be crawled in a specific way so that you can actually SEO your apps. These apps are SEO'd all over the place. I found every time I Google something, there's a OneTap.mobi app somewhere. Now you're able to put a description in here so that you can bring it down to your area. Okay? Now let's look at title for a moment. Now we see the mobile app title is MMCB Greenville, Texas. Okay? Now nobody's going to know what MMCB is, and I put a logo in there so nobody's going to see that anyway. Okay? So I need to make sure that this is what I want it to be so that the search engines will crawl this and pull that title up. And there's a huge difference, and Mark and I was talking about SEO today. There's a huge difference in SEOing something in Dallas, Texas, where someone is spending $10,000 to $20,000 a month to be on the front page of Google, and someone SEOing something in Commerce, Texas, where there's 8,000 people. I can have something on the front page in Commerce, Texas, and usually just about anything I want in less than 24 hours. But I'm going to have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, unless I'm an SEO guru, which I'm not, to be on the front page of Google in Dallas, Texas. So you need to understand that about SEO. When you're doing your coupons, you're probably doing those in some smaller areas. And you need to SEO it for that town, that city, that whatever they are in your area, okay? So now you're able to put a description in here which will be crawled by the search engines. And you're also able to tag your title, okay, to be able to be crawled for search engines. Any questions at all on this? And don't ask an SEO question because I can't answer it. How many of you have SEO'd YouTube videos? Okay, it works the same way. Works the exact same way. If you can SEO on a YouTube video, you can SEO your apps now. Someone just asked a question. Can I show you? Yes, I can. Go under Theme. Right here where the call bar is, just enable it. If I disable it, it'll take it away. If I enable it, and it's under Themes. To me, out of all the stuff that's been put in here, out of everything that's in this app, out of everything you can do with this app, the most important feature I think we've ever put in it is this call bar. That's just me personally. Someone, let me answer this question real quick. I don't know what the deal is on this, but I still can't figure out why you would want it. Someone, a bunch of people, want to be able to put a button on here on your customers' apps where they can click on it and send a text message to them personally. I can't figure out why anybody would want to do that. We've got a marketing platform that we literally spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on that collects emails and phone numbers so that they can be marketed to. And I can tell you, secondly, as a business owner, I do not want every customer out there able to text me on my personal phone and want to talk to me. I mean, absolutely no way. So to answer the question, is there going to be a button on here that you can connect to a business owner's cell phone to send them a personal text message? No. If I was a business owner and you did that to me, I would just absolutely go berserk. No, it's not beneficial to anyone. That's not beneficial for anyone, and I don't mean to step on you there, buddy, but the benefit of doing that doesn't benefit absolutely anyone. If that realtor wants them to have their personal cell phone number to text them directly, he's going to give them that. But where you want that information collected is in this marketing platform, so that they can absolutely market to that person over and over. Because trust me, Jody John Realtor isn't going to sit there every night and go through all of his text messages from his family and friends to try to find that one person to send out a text blast to. It's not going to happen. Plus, I mean, think of how many texts you folks get. Just personal text. How many texts do you get a day? I get about 30 to 40. Personal text, okay? I'm a texter. I'd rather text than talk on the phone. I do not want 100,000 customers texting me with my personal phone number. That's just me personally. So, but that's not a feature that we're going to look at putting in the app, I can tell you. Yeah, Janine, absolutely. I probably didn't say it as this good. I could have said this and saved everybody time. Give your cell number to 1,000 people who can now text you 24/7. So anybody that wants that feature, go out and pass out your cell phone number and say, text me to 1,000 people, and you'll let that leave your brain pretty quick. That won't even be a thought on your process. Any more questions real quick before we wrap it up? I think there was a couple other things in the Facebook group that I was going to answer, but I can't remember what they are right now. I usually answer them in the group, but Carrie, give me your cell so I can text. No, absolutely not. You can always text me pictures of good food. Janine, where are you guys from? You and Diego and Valencia. Where are you guys from? Glendale, California. I lived in LA for a while. I actually lived in Downey, California. Any other questions? Absolutely too hot. Of course, it ain't hot. It's hot there as it is here. All right, guys. Well, the replay will be up tomorrow. I know that everybody will want to go through. Remember this. Did this for a reason. You can scroll at the bottom of a YouTube video and you can see where these place cards are, and you can click on that little red bar in those YouTube videos and you can skip over everything you don't want to watch. I figure that's going to be the best way, because we do cover 2 or 3 different topics in all the trainings. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Good night, man. It's been great. Next week will be Facebook and Pinterest, Twitter, all your social media. Everybody go to a little site called shortstack.com. I'm going to be using that next week to teach you how to build those app pages and put up your weekly, daily deals. With that said, see you in the Facebook group. If you haven't signed up, get in there, because it's a lot of fun. Show everybody a picture of my car. Living the life. Hey, you too, Chris. I'm still waiting on that plane ticket, buddy, and I'm going to come spend about 2 weeks with you. Chris said I didn't talk too much tonight. Chris said something about me talking too much. Somebody else said, well, you know he's a preacher, don't you? Chris said, yeah, I'd be going to sleep in the pew. That's the great thing about this program, man. I got friends all over the world, and I love every one of you. I don't know if y'all know that somebody said maybe you are. I do pastor a church. I pastor a little church here in my community. I've been there about 7 years. Love it. Yes, Jan, thank you, man. I didn't see you. Of course, I wasn't locked onto this. Thank you so much, Jan. Man, really, you changed the way I do my coupon business now, and I appreciate that very, very much. That was really awesome. So you keep your little brain going, and you keep posting stuff in that Facebook group, because I am going to just suck you dry, suck your little brain dry. All right, folks, I'm going to shut her down. Good night. I will see you in the group. It's been a great evening. That's right. She is a smart cookie. Or Oreo. I tell you what, you know what? We're very fortunate. We got a lot of smart people in this organization. And I tell you, that's what's really helped us to grow, is all the ideas that you guys bring to us. And we're going to look at the shopping cart next week, too. Don't forget that. I forgot all about that. Shopping cart next week. I'm going to send out a link in the morning. We will have a short webinar for those who are beta testing the shopping cart. And with that said, I'm going to click 2 buttons, and I'll be gone. Good night, everybody.